Welcome, everyone. I'm Lexie Potamkin, and I'm here with my dear friend, Dr. Negi, and we are bringing you live from India, the monks from the Drepung Loseling Monastery. They've been creating the Manjushri mandala, the mandala of wisdom, all week, and tomorrow is closing ceremony. And so we're very excited to show you all the progress they've been making, and tomorrow, please join us. We will begin today with a guided meditation by Geshe Lobsang Tenzin. Thank you for joining us.
First of all, I'd like to again thank on behalf of the Venerable Abbot of the monastery and all its 3,000 or so monks for having this mandala, the opportunity to create this mandala and the chanting and the meditations. And this is, I know that each year, Lexie, you make this as a gift, not only to your family and friends, but to the world at large. And we need it today, perhaps. It seems like that more than ever. There's distress and so forth caused by pandemic. We do need the healing and well-being. Besides external conditions, many other factors, of course, are important. Our own compassion and wisdom seem to be very, very important, because to have the wisdom or understanding that inform our actions and attitudes and interactions with others and our decisions and so forth, but also our sense of connection with others, this sense of tenderness, warmth, that in essence is compassion. The compassion has to do with connecting with others with a certain sense of tenderness or the respect, and to cultivate these values in our own personal lives, but also to see that in the world. Of course, each one of us can engage in that by cultivating our own compassion and love, and then contributing to making, facilitating in whatever way we can, such as the Venerable monks are doing, such as Lexie and Robert Potamkin and family have been doing by creating this. And so we all have the role to play here. And for example, Lexie, besides having the monks to create this, you do so many things, and also through your writings, also informing people about what is important in life, knowing yourself. For example, the book that you have written. I just want to read a brief excerpt from here to contextualize the meditation that we are doing this morning. One of the meditations, one of the chantings that monks are doing is referred to Tonglen, the giving and taking. It's really the essence of the compassion and the wisdom, and the giving and taking. In chapter 10, like this says that Tonglen, the ultimate exercise. With the Tibetans have an almost endless number of meditations. In addition to the great practice of the 4 virtues of the heart, I love the meditation practice known as Tonglen. It literally means giving and taking. It sometimes is called taking and sending. It guides us in the compassionate action of taking away the pain and sickness of others, and then exchanging it with the health, joy, and happiness that is ours. For this reason, it is often offered to those who are ill, dying, and even those who have died. Today, our world needs each one of our prayers and these thoughts, our compassionate thoughts and prayers for the whole world. So we will be reciting this, monks will be reciting. Cultivating such vast compassion is an aspiration for most of us. We do have the seeds of wisdom and compassion in each of us. With every little intentional practice, we can of course deepen and expand that. But to do that, having the right motivation is very important. If our mind is caught in all kinds of activities, just the wants and don't wants, and all the sort of mind, projections and so forth, it's hard to focus on, or even to see, for ourselves, the value of love and compassion, the wisdom, and to really have that deep motivation to have these values flourish in our lives and in others. For that reason, we will begin with a brief meditation to set our intention. As that in the Buddhist tradition, it is said that if a fabric, for example, if a fabric is like the cotton, fabric made cotton, for example, if it is white, you can dye it with any kind of colors. Yeah. Similarly, when our mind is, if it is already dyed with the red and like, it's very hard to dye and then make it blue and like what, then you have to go through a lot of the process. Similarly, if our mind is already just caught into the certain emotional kind of agitations and so forth, it's hard to kind of have such our state of mind to orient towards things that are meaningful and valuable. For that reason, calming our mind, to just bringing it to this baseline, if you will, that we are not caught in all the various preoccupations of the life, but just letting it settle. And that mind, like the kind of the quite clear fabric of our mind, there then we can begin to attune to the value of wisdom and compassion. And then from there can rise this deep intention, the motivation to expand that, to deepen that, to see that in the world. And there that we can, of course, we can engage in cultivating these inner values through practices, through certain cognitive shifts, certain critical thinking, reflections, and so forth. But also we can seek the blessings from the enlightened beings, the beings who embody these values in a most advanced ways, like the Buddha of wisdom, Buddha of compassion. So there we can invoke their presence with that motivation as the monks chant. And then we can supplicate for their blessings. We can receive those blessings in the form of lights and so forth. And to the whole world, of course. And with those blessings, then perhaps we can even now have a little bit of more inner courage, strength, infused by love and wisdom. And there, then we can have that Tonglen, and then they will be reciting that in the Tonglen. You can just simply, if you feel strong, and then you could take in the difficulties of your loved ones and so forth and so on, and send out your own love and goodness and the inner strength and so forth for their strength, for their well-being and so forth. But if you don't feel that, you can simply send out your thoughts and prayers and the positive energies for their removal of their illnesses and so forth, and also to endow them with health, happiness, and well-being. So, and at the end, then we will dedicate any merits, any positive energy, or the force that we have cultivated through our collective meditation here, and we can send this, or dedicate these forces towards our continual flourishing of these qualities within us and in our society, as well as for healing and well-being and happiness for all. So let's begin with the brief meditation, and that's here. Let's take a moment to find a comfortable posture, to just sit with whatever way you find it comfortable, and then just briefly bring the attention to your body, to your sensations. Just check in with mind and the body. What is, how it feels? What are you noticing? If any particular tensions that we notice in the body, like the heaviness in the shoulders, or the tightness in the chest, or pain in the knees or other places and so forth. And if it helps to just stretch just gently to release those, just please do so. or to roll your shoulders, or to move your neck sideways and back and forth, and however way, if it helps to release those physical tensions, please do so. And then just take a moment to witness, to notice what kind of sensations are unfolding in our own chest, for example, in our own shoulders, face, whether they feel pleasant, unpleasant, heavy, cold, warm, light, any sensations that are unfolding. Just witnessing and acknowledging that they are there. And just also seeing what else do we notice on our inside, in our mind, or in form of thoughts, concerns, hopes, worries, agitations, excitements, and so forth. Whatever experience in our thoughts, emotions that we are having, just noticing, witnessing. In this self-awareness, as a way to know ourselves, to begin with seeing what is going on in our body and mind now. If we notice certain tensions in the body, lingering tensions, certain distresses or worries or the agitations or the certain feelings of sort of feeling down and so forth, let's here take a couple of deep breaths to see if it helps us release some of those tensions, some of those distressing feelings. It will help us calm our body and mind to bring that on that baseline state. So let's take a deep breath, just slowly and deeply, with a sense of just inhaling, refreshing and rejuvenating air and energies, nourishing air, rich with oxygen and other healing properties. Just pausing for a moment to let them just infuse with our whole being, our body and mind. And in that process, if we sense a certain melting, dissolving of those tensions in the body, the worries and agitations in the mind, as we exhale slowly and fully, just let those feelings of tensions and distresses, worries and so forth, just let them go, and release as we exhale. Let the outgoing breath carry them away, thereby allowing our body and mind to settle in some unfolding sense of calm or ease. If that happens, just resting our awareness in that unfolding sense of calm and ease. Otherwise, we can take another deep breath in the same way to see if it helps us bring our body and mind some form of that state of calm and ease. And just bringing our attention to here in the present with that in breath and outgoing breaths, letting the rejuvenating air and energies to infuse with our body, letting tensions, distresses, and so forth to go. In that way, as our body and mind settles, connecting to that inner source of resilience and well-being, that is unfolding sense of calm and ease in our body and mind. Let's here just take a moment, connecting to this sort of baseline of our mind, if you will, not caught in various thoughts and so forth. Let's here see that what are our most fundamental aspirations? How we yearn for our well-being, for safety, to be free from suffering. And it is true for all others, our loved ones, all others who have bodies and mind, needs and feelings. To actualize our greater sense of well-being, or to see it unfold in the world also, take a moment to say how important it is that our actions and behaviors are guided by our wisdom, discernment, and understanding that align with the actual nature of the actualities. How important it is that we have a certain sense of connection with others, characterized by warmth, tenderness, love, or compassion. So let's hear, seeing the need for that, for our own well-being and of our world. Let's here take a few moments to invoke the presence of those beings who embody love, wisdom, and compassion, like Manjushri, Avalokiteshvara, and with the supplications in the form of these verses and mantras, we will request their blessings, receive in the form of lights and so forth, that they infuse with us and all around the world, enhancing our own seeds of wisdom and compassion, and also infusing with our whole world, that facilitating that healing and harmony. And here in particular with the Tonglen, that we can, our set deeply informed by, motivated by, or facilitated by this sense of wisdom and compassion, send out our own positive thoughts and prayers, and the love, and so forth, our inner strength for the well-being of all, for the removal of their sufferings. Chanting Guturana.
for me, so calming. They open my heart and mind to the stillness and love and compassion and wisdom. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Thank you. And we're so happy to share it with everyone. Thank you.